In a dramatic twist at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, Marc Marquez has shaken the foundations of the MotoGP paddock by ending his brother Marc Marquez's relentless winning streak. Ducati Corse General Manager Gigi Dall'Igna has openly praised Alex's magnificent performance, calling it one of the most complete weekends of his premier-class career. On Sunday, the 7th of September 2025, Marc Marquez rode with precision, aggression and confidence, outpacing his elder brother to secure victory in front of an electric Spanish crowd. In doing so, he snapped Marc's run of 7 consecutive race wins, a sequence that had left rivals questioning whether anyone could realistically halt his charge towards the 2025 crown. Thus ends in the most satisfying way an extraordinary run of 7 sprint and MotoGP 1-2 victories by the great Marc Marquez, wrote Dall'Igna in his post-race reflections. This time he was beaten by a true fighter, Marc Marquez, who fully deserved this win. It was without question the best weekend of his career at the top level. The younger Marquez brother did not simply win, he dominated. Alex took pole position, set the fastest lap and claimed victory, the so-called MotoGP Triple Crown that only the elite few achieve. Such was his authority in Catalunya that many insiders are now reconsidering the balance of power within Ducati's factory-backed ranks. For Alex, this was not an isolated flash of brilliance. It marked his second Grand Prix win of the season, following his breakthrough triumph at Jerez earlier this year. Crucially, the win at Barcelona feels different. It came by defeating Marc at the very height of his powers, on a track where the elder Marquez has traditionally thrived. The Marquez brothers' rivalry has been simmering since Alex joined the Premier class, but Catalunya 2025 may go down as the weekend it truly ignited. For Marc, the sting of defeat will be sharp, not because he finished second, but because the rider who stopped him is the one who knows him best, both as a brother and as a rival. There is a growing sense in the paddock that this dynamic could define the remainder of the season. While Marc remains the title favourite, Alex's newfound consistency suggests he is no longer just an occasional podium threat. He is a genuine contender capable of unsettling Marc's rhythm. From Ducati's perspective, the situation is a luxurious problem. Having 2 riders from different teams battling at the very front only strengthens the Italian Marc's grip on the championship, yet it also raises questions of intra-brand rivalry. Should Alex continue to chip away at Marc's dominance, Ducati may find itself balancing the egos and ambitions of 2 brothers destined to clash repeatedly. For Gigi Dall'Igna, however, such competition is nothing but positive. It is proof of the strength of our project and also of Alex's ability to rise to the occasion, he explained. These are the kinds of results that elevate both rider and manufacturer. The championship now rolls onto Misano for the San Marino Grand Prix, 14th of September. Historically, Marc has been imperious at the Italian circuit, but Alex arrives with momentum and a fresh wave of belief. Should he repeat his Catalunya heroics, the paddock may no longer be speaking of Marc's dominance, but rather of the Marquez era, a fraternal rivalry that could define modern MotoGP. One thing is certain, after Catalunya, fear has spread across the paddock. The narrative is no longer about whether Marc can be beaten, but about who among the riders, perhaps even his own brother, has the courage to keep doing it. What makes Alex's Catalunya victory especially significant is the psychological blow it may have delivered to Marc. For months, Marc has built an aura of invincibility, dismantling rivals almost at will. Yet to be beaten by his younger brother, who has often lived in his shadow, could create doubts that even a rider of Marc's stature is not immune to. The paddock knows that confidence is everything in MotoGP, and Alex may have just cracked his brother's armour. The atmosphere in Barcelona also cannot be overlooked. The Spanish fans, traditionally loyal to both brothers, found themselves divided but equally ecstatic. The roar that greeted Alex's victory was one of disbelief and celebration, a sign that MotoGP thrives on storylines that extend beyond machines and lap times. Fans witnessed history, not just another race, but the night a younger sibling stepped into the limelight in his home country. While much of the talk focuses on the family rivalry, Alex's technical execution deserves equal praise. His ability to manage tyre wear, maintain consistency in lap times, and position himself perfectly in critical moments proved decisive. The Catalunya layout, with its blend of sweeping corners and heavy braking zones, punishes errors mercilessly, yet Alex's ride was virtually flawless. That kind of composure is what separates champions from challengers. Before 2025, Alex was often seen as Marc's younger brother rather than a genuine title prospect. Now the narrative is shifting rapidly. With 2 victories already in the bag and growing self-belief, Alex is rewriting perceptions of his ceiling in MotoGP. Should he continue this trajectory, his career may no longer be defined by comparison to Marc, but by his own achievements, standing proudly on their own merit. For the rest of the grid, Alex's performance sends a sobering message. Riders like Jorge Martin, Francesco Bagnaia and Fabio Quartararo will have realized that there is yet another name to add to the list of potential threats. In a season where Marc's dominance was threatening to suffocate the championship, Alex's breakthrough provides hope of a wider, more unpredictable title battle. And unpredictability in racing is the lifeblood of excitement. Beyond the immediate drama, Catalunya may prove a pivotal chapter in the broader MotoGP story. Sibling rivalries have existed in the sport before, but rarely have 2 brothers competed at such a high level on equal machinery. If this battle continues through San Marino and beyond, 2025 could be remembered as the year the Marquez brothers turned MotoGP into a family saga, one that will be analysed, debated and cherished for years to come. Alex's win also highlights Ducati's growing depth across its satellite teams. For years, the Bologna-based manufacturer has invested heavily in ensuring that even non-factory riders have access to competitive machinery. Alex's success with Gresini is evidence of that strategy paying off. It blurs the traditional line between factory favourite and satellite underdog, creating a new dynamic where victories can come from anywhere within the Ducati stable. For Marc, the Catalunya defeat may force a subtle but important change in approach. Until now, he has relied on sheer aggression and racecraft to overwhelm rivals. Against Alex, however, that tactic proved insufficient. If his younger brother continues to match him technically and strategically, Marc may have to rethink his race strategies, becoming more calculated rather than simply dominant. The thought of Marc evolving yet again could either intimidate or inspire the rest of the grid.